Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Jesse with the Healthy Gardening Channel. Listen, I'm going to be propagating citrus today, and I'm doing it by cuttings. Right here, we have a blood orange cutting. It's about 4 inches tall, 3 to 4 inches. It's got a cut right at the node, another node, another node. So there's 3 nodes, 4 nodes, but there's 3 nodes right there in an 1.5 inch space, right? So that's pretty good for us to use to propagate by cuttings. The next thing we have is a basic clear cut. I want to put into here cocoa fiber, 100% cocoa core, okay? This particular example, we're not doing anything other than that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of rooting hormone powder right there. Don't want to use too much, but enough there because I don't want to double dip today. But we're going to go ahead and score this up a little bit and dip it into our rooting hormone powder form. So to do this, we're just going to cut around. Okay, so we got a little cut going. That smells really good. When you cut through that citrus like that, it's like a very sweet citrusy smell that comes off of it. This happens to be a blood orange, but you could do this with a lime, lemon, and other such things. All right, so now that we have our cutting, it's looking good. And we're gonna dip it in the rooting hormone, which just so happens to be garden style brand, but it could be whatever brand you like or is available near you. I'm going to go ahead and make a little hole in here using a straw. The straw is just a little bit bigger than my cutting, but that really doesn't matter. Put it in the hole and get it tight. Okay, get it tight around there. One thing that I should mention that I did off camera is I went on ahead and I cut little drainage holes. And these are sterilized, but I cut little drainage holes. Of course, we sterilize with rubbing alcohol, but I cut my little drainage holes. In this case, I have 3 little drainage holes. We're going to go ahead and water it in. Now this is a bin that I happen to have. Okay. This is the last time we're watering it from the top. What we're going to do typically is we're going to water from the bottom. Okay. to wick its way up into the cup. The next thing we need is some cheap old food storage bags. These ones you can get from any store, but these particular ones came from one of the dollar stores. And you get 40 bags in there for $1. And additionally, tape. It could be masking tape, scotch tape, duct tape, painter's tape. And if you don't have any tape, you can use twine. You can use a rubber band. You can use whatever floats your boat. But I am using tape. And today I just happen to be using painter's tape. Because it's what I happen to have on hand. I'm going to get it started. Attach it. Now this bag is way bigger than the cup's diameter, or the cup's circumference, excuse me. So what I'm doing is making a sort of seal so that we can have a greenhouse effect. And I'm taping it shut. Alright. Good thing about tape is that you can write on it and label. Now I also wrote on the cup, but maybe you can't see that, so I'm going to write on here what it is. And I'm going to write the date. Alright. And you can do that at home. But here we have a beautiful little cutting sitting in its own little greenhouse, a little miniature greenhouse. You're getting some of that shine. You see, it's a little miniature greenhouse. And from here on out, we're going to water from the bottom. What's going to happen is you're going to get the greenhouse effect, which is going to cause the water to rise. It's going to go into the plant, but it's also going to circulate within the bag. You'll get condensation. The condensation will roll back down, and in a few weeks, we will have roots. Here is one that I've already done for you. This was done several weeks ago. But what you will find is that you don't have to open it to check your roots. But right there, we got baby roots running along there. We have more roots running from there. Okay. They're a little hard to see, but right along that rim, there's some roots running. So what that means is that this cutting has already taken root. Now there's a little difference between this one and the one that we did today. The one we did today, I just put my translucent cup inside of an opaque cup, and I set this in the window for several weeks. All I've done is change the water, which is just a little bit of water. It's about that much water. Change the water, once a week. Set it in my kitchen. That particular one, I'm going to go ahead and let it stay like that in that cup until it starts putting out new leaves. This one here, I actually cut every leaf off. Whereas in the other example, I left a half a leaf at the top so that we could have photosynthesis occur and the plant will be fed that way. And as you see, it's already taken root. I'm not going to disturb those roots by taking it out of the cup until I'm ready to transplant. And I'm not ready to transplant that one yet. But I will keep you up to date. So this is how we put a citrus, root a citrus tree by cutting. You could root a lemon, a lime, an orange, a satsuma, a grapefruit. In this case, it's a blood orange. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned.